Good morning, and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, 3rd July 2025. Aries. Tension may build today from all directions. Everyone may seem to be operating as part of a great conspiracy against you. Don't be paranoid. This scenario is most likely far from the truth of the matter. Try to embrace change and don't treat it like an enemy. Outdated ways of doing things could get in the way of important progress today. Taurus. Spread your ideas out to the world. Now is a great time to go on a long trip or at least plan one. Explore the far reaches of your space, literally and figuratively. Join others who share a similar spiritual mission. By reaching out to new and different people, you can have some unforgettable experiences with the potential to have a positive impact on your life. Gemini, take time out to change the things in your life that need restoring. Explore your emotional needs and find ways to satisfy them. You may need to adopt a radically different approach in order to get where you need to go. Even if things seem unstable at first, they're likely to smooth out and be much more dependable eventually, so be that individual. Cancer. Today may be quite emotionally intense. Your greatest gifts can get you into trouble on a day like this, but that doesn't mean you should stop bringing yourself for even 1 minute. There's a great deal of important information to exchange, so remain open to all opportunities and possibilities. Meet the world with an open arm. Leo, you may need to make some distant mental adjustments in order to fit in with the energy of the day. Try to tune in with the energies and see what kind of balance they can bring you to your life. Be more mindful of your words and don't say things you don't really mean. Be genuine with all your interactions. Virgo, there's likely to be a bit of tension today regarding your position in society. Maybe you're running into issues that stem from your involvement in the collective versus your focus on personal issues. Make sure these two aspects of your life are in balance. Unexpected things may pop out of the woodwork to keep you on your toes. Libra, there's a bit of rigidity in the air today that might leave you feeling as if you're butting heads with everything you come into contact with. Try not to get too bent over out of shape if people disagree with your opinions. People need their space, and emotions will be operating at a fairly high level. Consider this during all your encounters. Scorpio, your emotions may surprise you today as unexpected issues crop out of nowhere. Take some time to smooth out the wrinkles in your current plan of attacking regarding your involvement in the world. A self-centered approach will create barriers between you and those you wish to get near. Consider how your actions affect those you love, and make any necessary adjustments in your approach. Sagittarius, you may wonder what all the fuss is about today. People may be getting all worked up over nothing. Don't get absorbed in all the melodrama. Set the record straight and bring out the truth as you see it. Don't let others hide behind facades, and don't do the same. It is important that everyone be aware of how you feel. Capricorn, today is a wonderful and productive day for you. Don't hog the limelight. Let other people feel like they're being heard too. You might get into trouble if your head gets too big or your attitude gets too stubborn. Opinions will be strong, so give people room to voice their own. They will appreciate your patience and tolerance. Aquarius, stand back and let someone else take the reins for today. Trust in others. There are many hopeful hands out there to guide you. The most important thing is to let go and have confidence that others will direct you. They will if you let them. Your brain may buzz to the point where you feel that you lost control. Relax your mind and please calm your nerves. Pisces, you have quite the juggling act on your hands today. Things may fly at you from all directions, all demanding your attention. Give equal weight to your needs. You will be on an important road with a great deal of responsibility. Don't shy away from a starring role. You have the diplomacy and peaceful nature required to be a successful leader. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, 3rd July 2025. Do have yourself a great day.
It's Thursday already, that week fly. I can tell you that. Or maybe it's just that we're so preoccupied that we didn't realize that the time is going on by. But nonetheless, we are here. We are grateful for it. Let's see what's happening in our news department and we'll be back.
Good morning. Time now for the news with me, Timothy Polio. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force, RSLPF, is mourning the loss of K9 Officer Tyson, a highly trained detection dog whose death is now under criminal investigation. The force has promised that those responsible for the dog's death will face legal consequences should evidence point to any breach of trust or collusion.
Investigators are working assiduously on this investigation. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force is aware of growing concerns about interference, possible internal breaches or external influences. We wish to assure the public that the investigation is being conducted with full independence and integrity. Should evidence point to any breach of trust or collusion, those responsible will face legal consequences.
The RSLPF has pledged to continue its anti-narcotics and anti-firearms efforts using both tactical and canine resources while vowing to keep the public informed as the investigation develops. According to Dr. Seeley, Tyson was more than a canine officer. He was a symbol of dedication and valor. His sacrifice will not be forgotten. End of quote. Police in Soufrière have ramped up operations following the fatal shooting of 18-year-old Anthony Danny Richard Cox on Palmas Road late Sunday evening. According to Inspector Kimroy Rennie, officer in charge of the Soufrière police station, officers responded around 11:45 p.m. on June 29th after receiving reports of gunfire.
As a result of the information received, the officers immediately responded and headed in that community. Upon arrival, they noticed the lifeless body of Anthony Danny Richard Cox, an 18-year-old male of Church Street, Soufrière, in a prone position along the Palmis Road sidewalk.
On the morning of Tuesday, July the 1st, a joint operation involving multiple units led to the arrest of 4 suspects in connection with the murder. In a separate search, Parker's Lucian of Palmas was arrested and charged after police found cannabis resin at his residence. Police are appealing for the public's help meanwhile in identifying the perpetrators of this week's homicide at New Village Castries. The RSLPF has launched a homicide investigation following the deadly shooting late Monday evening. According to Acting Inspector George Clark, officers from the Criminal Investigations Department of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force responded to reports of gunfire in the area at about 11:24 p.m. on June the 30th.
Upon arrival at the scene, officers learned that the victim had been transported to the OKEU hospital by private means. The victim, who was later identified as Yannick Jean-Philippe, an 18-year-old from Mondidor Castries, succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead by a medical examiner at 2 a.m. on July 1st, 2025.
Police say the investigation is ongoing and that they are actively pursuing leads. And police have charged Joel Regis with murder following the death of 60-year-old Calixtus George, who succumbed to injuries sustained during a roadside assault earlier this month. George, a resident of Otabor, Anslare, was found unconscious with an apparent wound on Tuesday, June the 3rd at about 9:45 p.m. He was rushed to the Owen King European Hospital for emergency care. On Friday, June the 13th, medical personnel confirmed that George had died as a result of his injuries. Shortly after, police arrested and formally charged Regis in connection with the fatal attack. He appeared before the 1st District Court, where bail was denied, and he was remanded to the Body Lake Correctional Facility. Police investigations into the incident are ongoing. And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us for our next News Major. It's at noon, and it's called The Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thanks, newsroom. We need to take a break, but we'll be right back. So guess what? We had the honor and the privilege of having a sit down with the resident British Commissioner to St. Lucia. That's Amy Kuntrell. You need to meet her. She is just amazing. But here's our conversation. We are very honored today to have the honor and the privilege of sitting here with Amy. Amy Kuntrell is the resident British Commissioner here in St. Lucia. And we are very, very honored to have you, Amy.
Thank you so much, Maureen. I'm honored to be here.
Welcome to St. Lucia. I see you've been having a good time. You've been very much immersing into the St. Lucian culture, and I think you plan to do a lot more of that. But, we're honored to have you here, for one, but we also got to profit the opportunity because I just had you and She Speaks, and we got to clarify a few things, a few myths that we were of the impression on. And I said it, and you know what? it was a moment of clarity, and I'm happy for that. And I think it's important that we share it with our viewers as well here on our DBS show. A lot of St. Lucian are the impression that we have to get no visa to go to the UK. And that was not correct.
That's definitely not correct. So you do need a visa, for example, if you're studying or you're working, but if you're just going to visit and you're going on holiday, what you need is an electronic travel authorization, an ETA. That takes, say, 10 minutes to apply online. You get the decision usually within 3 working days. It costs 16 British pounds. And St. Lucia isn't the only country that needs to apply for an ETA. My husband's from the United States. He also needs an ETA to travel to the UK. Europeans need an ETA. It's a digitization of our borders rather than a visa regime. And it's very straightforward and reasonably cheap to apply for.
Wonderful. Do I apply for it every time I'm traveling, or does it have a time limit?
No, it's valid for 2 years. So as long as it's linked to the passport that you apply with, so as long as you travel on that same passport, then the ETA will be valid. And you don't need to bring a piece of paper, for example, with you. All you need to bring is the passport because it's in the airlines and the government system.
Oh, wonderful. That is great stuff. So now we've gotten that one out of the way. Amy, the link between St. Lucia and the UK has been a long-standing one. We shared all the way back for our love for cricket up until now. You have the Shivning, that is one of the things that has been initiated through the British Commission here, that has been running for quite some time. We have quite a number of St. Lucian who have graduated, who are alumni from that program, who are now serving in their land in such high places as well. So, and I believe you just sent off another 3, or you just informed another 3 that they're going off again. So that is great. What are some of the other things? I think you mentioned the West Coast Road that the British High Commission. This is your office that is initiating this, that is funding this. What are some of the things? Just let us know, man.
So the West Coast Road, as you mentioned, so the road, including the Millennium Highway, the UK has put millions of pounds into that investment. We're also working with the World Bank to explore geothermal energy in St. Lucia, for example. So we've contributed to that project, and hopefully they'll be breaking ground on the exploratory wells this year. So that could revolutionize energy provision in St. Lucia if that was found to be viable, which is really exciting.
Wow, wonderful. Now, on a personal level, you're going to be around with us for about 2 to 3 years. I think your family is here with you as well. How are you climatizing?
Me and my family. So I'm here with my husband and my young son. We love living in St. Lucia. We've had such a friendly reception, whether it's through work events or my professional engagements, but also personally. You know, people we meet on the beach where we spend a lot of our free time, or the friends my son's made at school. We've had such a friendly, welcoming reception, so we're really enjoying ourselves. And you're going to struggle to get rid of us, I think.
That's not, we wouldn't try. We're not trying. We actually like you. That being said, what are some of the future things that probably might be some things that your office might be looking into? I mean, times are changing. There's a lot of groundbreaking things that we have connected on, but as we move on, I'm sure there's opportunities for new ideas to see some of the things that we could engage in moving forward.
Yeah. So obviously security is a concern to the people of St. Lucia. It's also a concern to the people of the UK. We have a lot we can learn from each other. So we're hoping to collaborate more on the security space in the coming months and coming years.
Wonderful. Finally, where can we continue to follow? Are you on social? Can we follow up what is happening between us and the British High Commission?
Yep, you definitely can. So most of our social media is actually managed through our office in Barbados. So I would definitely look them up. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter. Those are the main channels we use, so you can follow our activity there.
Wonderful. Amy, you're amazing. You're gorgeous. And we are happy that you profited the opportunity to sit down with us and enlighten us a little bit.
Thank you so
All
much.
the best.
Thank you.
Summer is approaching. What would your kids be doing? You know, kids have all sorts of different things. You need to know your kids. You need to know what they're into. Your kid just might be into something like that. Mandy is going to give us some insight, and then you decide. Well, I hope you guys, let me see how much you guys pay attention, because we had this young lady here not too long ago before. So when you see her, you know what she's related to. Well, actually, you won't be able to know because we had her twice relating to two different things. So this time, Mandy is back and we are talking mixed martial arts.
Yes.
That's why we're here, Mandy. It's great to see you again. How are you doing?
Doing very well, thank you.
Absolutely. What's going on, girl? Summer is coming up.
Yes, we have a lot going on. The St. Lucia Mixed Martial Arts Federation, we're starting off with a bang for the summer. We started a school tour from the 26th of June, going around to different schools, speaking about the benefits of mixed martial arts and putting on very short demonstrations, because we have a summer camp coming up in August. Yes, we have something really awesome for the kids, a kids summer camp to, again, show how beneficial mixed martial art is. Yeah. We know that there is the stigma of it being a combat sport and it's violent, which it's not, because what we practice is amateur MMA. We are not professionals. For kids, there are no striking to the head. It's only the torsos. I know some parents are really concerned about stuff like that. So yeah, this is what we're doing. August 4th to 15th at the VG Sports Complex.
Wow.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan. Now, in your school route, have you been seeing the interest? Are children showing interest?
Yes. The kids love it. They are enthusiastic. They love the takedowns. They love the striking. And we have our girl D on board with us, going around doing the tour with us. So it has been amazing thus far. And we're going to continue it in the new school year.
Right. Now, like you said, a lot of parents have some myths and some, misinformation when it comes to mixed martial arts. So this could also be a learning or a teaching or information session as well.
Yes, it definitely will be for the kids and the parents to try to really break that stigma about the sport being a very violent sport. The federation, we're really working hard to incorporate kids, a lot of kids in it, because obviously the kids are the future. And if we have to make better citizens, we have to start with the young ones.
That is true. And I mean, we've been trying to get this sport to be something that's grows. So we have to make sure people understand all the vital information about it. But I'm thinking, if mixed martial art could also be a form of self-defense.
Yes, definitely. It is a form of self-defense, especially for young girls and women. Very much so. So we speak on all of these points. It helps build confidence. It is a form of self-defense. It also a fitness. There's the fitness aspect of it. There's the stress relief aspect. Sometimes after a hard day, hitting a bag can help with adults. Yes, and discipline is one of the most important benefits that we try to focus on. The discipline aspect of it. Yes, you're learning how to strike, but we're not teaching you to be aggressive.
Right.
There are times where you would need to know how to defend yourself, and then you get those, you get the teaching to be able to do so when the time is necessary.
Absolutely. No, I think we're onto something, because sometimes we don't even understand how important things of that sort is, which are, guided ways of stress relief, like you said, because imagine a child is in school and they go and punch a bag, instead of punch it down somebody else, or maybe just, have a fun way or a guided way or, a structured way of probably easing that sort of tension within yourself and feeling that sense of relief and satisfaction, but not in a violent
way. Very much so. Our coaches are well trained. We are under the IMAF, which is the International Mixed Martial Arts Federation. There are rules and regulations that we have to abide by. Right. So there's no just going off and doing what we want. Especially when it comes to kids and adults as well. We're not trying to teach people to go out there and just be violent and do whatever. There are rules that we follow. Absolutely. So it will be very structured, very educational and fun.
Absolutely. So when is the date again, and what's the registration? What's the process? Is it coming at a cost? What's happening? Give us the full route.
Yes. So the dates are the August 4th to 15th at the VG Sports Complex. Our registration forms, we have a link in our bio on Instagram. So you could follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter, at SLMMAF758. That is our handle throughout all social media platforms. The fee is $125. It comes with t-shirts and refreshments. And it's simple as that. Click the link in our bio. You can register online and you could message us. We respond very, very quickly.
And you have an age limit you're working with?
We're starting off between the ages 5 to 12, But any kid who is older and wants to join in, they're of course welcome.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Mandy, it seems like we up for a wonderful summer. Mixed martial art is definitely doing a lot of groundwork here, and we appreciate that as well. Next tournament, what's our girl name? Dee? Did she go, did she do in the last tournament?
The Pan Am has been pushed back
Okay.
to later this year.
Right.
So look out for that and look out for something special later this year from us. I can't say anything as yet.
That's all right. We're gonna hit you back up when the time is there. Thank you, Mandy, and of course, we look forward to what the summer brings.
Thank you for having us.
Not a problem. And speaking of summer and being engaged and utilizing the platforms created to keep our children engaged meaningfully, well, the CDF has got its annual program and it's on again. Here is the reminder that you need. As a matter of fact, they've added a new component. So you just might find your daughter interested this year. We're here with Anthony Wilkie from the CDF, of course, and of course, let me tell you, we are the people to keep you in tune with summer because we have this thing about meaningfully engaging children. We believe in that. We cannot go wrong there. And we are at a time now where, we have more parents out in the workforce. So we definitely need to find spaces that's going to, help us to groom these children, to keep them grounded. We've seen a lot of results of a lot of things of misguided children. Let's be real with the information. So it is very important for us to understand and accept that we may not be there, but we need to find meaningful engagements for our children, especially during the summertime when they're on this long break. So Wilkie, here we are again. We're back at it. The CDF has been putting on the summer camp. So we here again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Youth Summers platform is a long-standing, I don't want to say tradition, but initiative of the Cultural Development Foundation. Is actually one of our flagship programs, particularly for the training department. And our goal is, like you said, to create an avenue where young people are positively and meaningfully engaged in the arts and culture in St. Lucia over the summer vacation where they are away from the school. And again, we endeavor to do that this year, make it bigger, make it better. And we just want to encourage persons to come out and be part of this movement, because that's what WISAP is. We want WISAP to be a movement, not just a moment. Yeah. And this year we're expanding the program. Normally we have steel pan, we have drumming, we have traditional dance, the traditional stuff. But this year, like we always try to change it up a little bit, this year we're actually introducing makeup as a new component.
Come on now.
So, again, try to engage the young people, meet them where they're at. Meet them where they're at, what they're interested in, that sort of thing. So we try to add a new component to the program every year, keep it fresh, keep it interesting. And definitely we want to hear from the young people. How do we hear from them? By them coming and being part of the program and giving us the necessary feedback as to what do they want to do. Because we know that they want stuff to do, but they want to do what they want to do. So we need to meet them in the middle and create those opportunities for them.
Wow, I'm impressed. I like that. I like makeup. I think that is a beautiful. You might not have space, Wilkie. You think you're recruiting now? You might have to cut off at some point. Well, how much people are you looking to attract?
Well, I don't want to give a specific number. Okay. We want to leave it open to the public. We take as many as we can possibly host. And of course, if we are bursting at the seams, we will figure it out. We'll create room, but we don't want to turn away anyone. We want people to flood our gates.
Right. Now, Wilkie, how do we get onto this program? What is the procedure? Is a cover charge? How are we working with it?
The registration process is quite simple. We are promoting the registration on all our platforms. So as long as you follow the Cultural Development Foundation, we are on all social media. We also have a website, so you could just Google us up and the registration is right there. You fill out the information and that's basically it, other than paying your commitment fee, which is a very small fee. And let me preempt that by saying this is a 4-week-long program where you participate in all those elements that I just mentioned for only $200 in the north. And if you're in the south, of course, because we know that there are fewer amenities down there that we're working on, even as a CDF, to, improve and so on. So there's fewer things that we can offer down there. So the fee for down there, there'll be less things offered. It's $150. But I must say also that in as much as there's a north and there's a south, we're going to be having one culminating production where both camps come together to put on a production. I'd like to take this moment to say a huge thank you to Mr. Kendall Hippolyte. We are going to be not premiering because it has been done many times already, but we are going to be staging his play, The Drum Maker. And I think for YSAP in particular, this play is important because traditional drumming has been one of the longest standing components of YSAP. So this year we're honoring that. We're featuring them on the large stage, and we are doing The Drum Maker by Kendall Hippolyte. So it's going to be awesome. Of course, persons can come down to the CDF to register as well and to make payments, as well as through our Bank of St. Lucia account. We are turning away no one. So please come out, come and support. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be something that you want to be part of. Like I said, we're aiming to create a movement, not a moment.
Absolutely. Well said, Wilkie. And the date again is from the
camp runs from July 24th to August 22nd.
Wonderful, a 4-week camp. All right. So parents, guardians, students who are old enough to make decisions, ask mom, ask dad, say, okay, I'd like to be part of that, and come on out and be part of something meaningful. Wilkie, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you go. And just like that, we've come to a wrap for our Thursday show. But it was a wonderful one. I hope you enjoyed viewing it as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you and having those interviews. Now go on out and have an awesome Thursday. All right. Tomorrow is going to be Friday. The weekend is going to be here. And we look forward to being back here again to wake up with you on Friday morning. But today, go on out and be good to yourselves.